I'm so honored to be with you. It's always a joy for me to be with teachers. One is because my father himself was a teacher for 60 years, and I'm on my 31st year of teaching. I have not left the classroom. I'm missing my class in the university this morning to be with you. And I'm also teaching in an all-boys school, and I'm teaching in a co-ed school in Quezon City. And so it's always a joy for me to be with teachers. I go around the country giving seminars to teachers to talk about character formation. I'm waiting for my slides. Can I have my slides, please? There you go. I'm going to talk to you about my CEP Philippines adventure. This is the best teacher I've ever had in my life, my father, who is 90 years old, happy with his 10 children, 17 grandchildren, and 8 great-grandchildren. You see what happens when you teach. You don't die. But ever since 5 years, 6 years ago, I devoted my life to going around reminding fellow educators, we've got to make character formation a top priority today, given that we have a different kind of generation of kids inside our classroom. I think you will agree with me. Research says the young people today are not as kind, are not as courteous, are not as good as when we were kids. You agree? Sometimes you're tempted to think when you enter the classroom, what kind of animals are these inside my classroom? They're different. And it's not going to change any better. We are dealing with the digital natives of the world inside our classroom. The Philippines is number one in terms of number of hours spent online. And then, number one, especially in social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. No wonder the latest edition of Guinness Book of World Records, we are there. 41 million tweets for Aldab Tamang Panahon. Unbroken. Now, some of you might be saying, Mr. Rentoy, you're showing us 2014 statistics. Come on, it's 2017. Okay, we are still number one in 2017 in terms of hours spent in the social media. And therefore, my message is, my dear fellow educators, we've got to teach these kids as digital natives. They are immersed in technology. Population, 101.47 million. Number of cell phones, 119 million cell phones in the Philippines. We have more cell phones than human beings here in our country. And that is training our young people in the ways of the 21st century environment. Research says narcissism is on the rise. Kids are losing empathy. Many of them spend more time looking at the screen of the cell phone, of the tablet, of the computer, than dealing with other kids. And therefore, many of them need to be reminded about being nice and being kind to other people. And I am alarmed, as you should be too, when I heard about this research survey of Mann Erickson. They discovered that in the Philippines, there is a loosening of moral values. And there is an effect there. Even more alarming is the fact that there is loosening of moral values, and the young people, according to this survey of Mann Erickson Youth Studies, almost half of our young people do not find anything wrong anymore with casual sex, premarital sex, using prostitution, gambling, getting drunk, gambling, hazing, abortion, and suicide. My solution, in 2009, when I moved to the University of Asia in the Pacific, where I continue to teach now, I mobilized the young people. Here is a very important message I've got to give to you, my dear fellow teachers. The young people are not the problem. They are the solution to the problem we are seeing in the world today. I gathered a group of young people, students, second, third year college students, And we came up with this club called Catalyst of UANP, and our only ambition, our only objective is to make an impact in society now, while students, not later when they are professionals. And so, we went into all sorts of activities, helping kids in the nearby public schools to reach out to them, going around training leaders everywhere in the different schools, gathering campus journalists to give them seminars on responsible journalism so that young people see the fact that they are the solution. And then we volunteered in all sorts of projects like home building, house building for the poor communities. We, of course, took care of those who were nearest us, organizing medical missions for the janitors, security guards, maintenance men, and their families in our school. And we've been doing it every year. And then we thought we will make more impact if we go out there and let the other young people realize that they have the capacity to make an impact in society. And so we started organizing these pro-life rallies, chastity rallies. In 2011, the biggest break came when we were invited to host one of the top speakers in the world on chastity, and students, the catalyst of UANP, managed to gather 8,000 young people to listen to a speaker talking about chastity, modesty, uprightness of life, living a moral life. And that challenge, that experience opened our eyes to the reality that yes, young people can make a difference today. And then we thought of you. We realized teachers probably have the greatest impact in the lives of many students today, considering that we have more and more young people who come to our classroom and they come from broken families. We now have one of the most important jobs as teachers, to be the second parents, to be the third parents of our students. And so we brought to Manila one of the best teacher trainers in the world. His name is Dr. Harry K. Wong, the writer of First Days of School, a book that has sold 5 million copies, and we were able to gather thousands of teachers from all over the country. And then the following year, we were more ambitious. The students were more ambitious. They decided to go for 15,000 in World Trade Center, listening to 2 speakers talking about chastity, purity, modesty, uprightness of life. And we started reaching out to the provinces, to Iloilo, to Cebu. And then this was in 2013, 4,000 in the morning and 4,000 in the afternoon, young people listening to speakers talking about the beauty of chastity. And this was the last one that we had of this sort, 2015, in Iñares Coliseum with 6,000 young people. My dear fellow teachers, the young people have the capacity to change society. The challenge is in our hands. And then we continue pushing projects to be able to make an impact in the lives of young people. And in 2012, CEP Philippines was born. CEP is based in Washington, D.C., Character Education Partnership. It's an umbrella organization of around 25 groups that push character formation. And around that time, I told them, we need this in the Philippines. And by some dint of miracle, they said, sure, you can get the logo, you can use our name, you can be now accredited as international affiliate of CEP. But last year, they changed their name to character.org. And here are the principles we have. 3 simple things. Number 1, my dear fellow teachers, today we've got to make character formation a top priority. Our job as teachers, it's not simply to cover the curriculum. That is nice, that is great, and that is important, but that is not the essence of being educators. We've got to form the character of our young people. Here's principle number 2 of CEP. The only effective way to give character formation for teachers is through the power of our good example. We will be able to form the character of our students if we are men and women of character ourselves. We teach professionalism not through our words, but through the example of our life. When you come to the classroom punctually, on time, professionally, every single day, when we teach to the best that we can, that is how we teach the young people professionalism. We teach kindness when we are kind. We teach being courteous when we ourselves are courteous. And so we got into organizing through CEP different activities, conferences, seminars for teachers, parents. We bring to Manila world experts on character formation to remind us how to be effective character formators. In our seminars, we give teachers literally hundreds of strategies to give character formation at no cost. Many of them do not cost a thing. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to be kinder. It doesn't cost anything to be punctual. It doesn't cost anything to be professional when we come inside the classroom every day. And so we have been going around, reaching out to as many teachers as we can, reminding them, teachers, we've got to teach for character. This is the only way we will be able to make an impact. We will be able to prepare these young people today, the digital natives that we have inside our classroom, ready not just in math, science, English. They're important, they are great, but they are not the only important thing in life, especially being men and women of character. That is how we will be able to prepare these young people for the future. And there is one ambitious thing we have started, and this is accrediting schools of character, following the 11 principles of CEP, or character.org. If you want to know more about what it means to be a school of character, the 11 principles of CEP, you can check character.org, www.character.org. And we are going to bring back to Manila one of the, she's the number one expert really in the world on character formation with 24 best-selling books on character formation. That's Dr. Michelle Borba from November 30 to December 3, 2017. And we will be launching there. What we have been doing in the Philippines, I think now we're ready to do all over Asia with the launching of our center for the 4th and 5th Ars Asia. Well, I invite you to join us in this real new revolution that we will make possible by teaching for character inside the classroom. Thank you very much and good morning.